Hello, everyone. This is Siddiq from Mission Canada. So this was a scheduled live. So I hope you'll be joining either now or later or whenever it is. So this live, as I have mentioned before, is about the updates of express entry and different provincial nominee programs happened in June 2021, and we'll be going over with all those updates. But before that, please let me allow you to give you a disclaimer about YouTube channel so that you don't misunderstand us, whoever is the new not, please comment so that I know if there is anything wrong going on. Okay. And let me share my screen so that I can give you the highlights. Okay. Okay. I believe you can see my screen here. And okay, I am sorry, I'm just going back and forth because I need to also monitor your comments. So let me see. Well, so this express entry, like this year express entry, what happened is there were this month there were 4 express entry draws, and you can see on the 9th June it was for PNP, 10th June it was for CEC Canadian Experience class, then 23rd June it was for again PNP, and 24th June it was again for CEC. Now the takeaway is, as because of COVID-19, you can imagine like the regular express entry draws or the FSW draws are not happening. Okay, so that's why you just see the PNPs and CEC mostly. Okay, then I'm just quickly running down, and this is again regarding the SINP. In this month there was a one draw which was based on OID, and the cutoff point was 82. I'll come back again regarding a little bit of details of all these draws, but for now I'm just going over with the numbers and dates mostly. Okay, so Manitoba PNP, there were 2 draws and total 283 LAA were issued this month for the express entry candidates. 7th June and 17th June. Then there was British Columbia PNP. Then there were total 4 draws in this month, 908 candidates. 104 ITS issued for these 2 NOCs particularly, then 140 for track draws, 664 for there was no NOC mentioned actually. Then Alberta PNP, total 2 draws. Then they have invited 375 candidates, 300 or with the minimum CRS score that you know that their minimum requirement is the CRS 300 points. So these are the dates. I'm just going through a little bit quickly so that I can give more time on the discussion. So whoever you need to stop, you can stop this live later, like the recording later, and you can just go over the numbers again. Need. Then minimum score they did not identify. They have issued total 2 draws, one for a skill trade stream and another for human capital priority occupations. Then Quebec PNP, just 69 candidates on 17 June. And again, they are drawing a little bit of a special method, which is RSWP. I'm sure most of you are aware of this portal now, the ARIMA portal. But again, if you do not, please go over again on the website. And still, if you're having a hard time, you can come back to us. Let me give you some idea on what's going on with the express entry program, especially because that was the main concern, I believe. And meanwhile, if you want, please feel free to post your comments or questions here. I will try my best to answer if I can. If I can within this time, even if I do not know something, I will come back to you with the proper sources. Now, before that, all the draws I have just shared in the screen a little bit ago. Every PNP draws were taken from the sources are directly from the immigration website or the PNP website. So you should not have any doubt on the legitimacy of the data. But again, I'm just trying to accumulate all those data for you in a single page. That's it. Now, regarding the express entry, as I was telling, due to the COVID-19 situation, for sure, it's a little bit hard for you guys to expect the regular FSW draws, but I'm assuming my best as the uh, I would say vaccination system and the public awareness system is getting better day by day. So my best guess would be probably somewhere around August or September. Maybe I'm not saying you the date because there is no date mentioned anywhere in the immigration portal. But again, that's my personal assumption. Okay, so maybe last 4 months of this year could be a little bit of hope for us. Okay, so that's my personal assumption only. And with that, I will say, uh, please try to explore as many provincial nominee programs as you can, because still you can see the PNP programs are continuing. Even in the peak pandemic situation, there were these draws. Okay, so whoever is really serious for the Canada immigration process, you must take the PNP option as a serious option, or I would say as a effective option. Okay, so please try to explore those. Now, in our draw list, we were showing you regarding the SINP. Now, there are so many questions, I would say, especially in our Facebook group and in our YouTube channel. Probably, I would say, more than half of the questions or the queries or the concerns we get is related to SINP only. So I will try to give a little bit more time today on SINP and then a rest of other programs. Now, if you have more questions regarding other programs, feel free to comment here or in our Facebook group. If required, I can arrange a complete different section on other programs so that you get as best as possible. Okay, so uh, okay, so a candidate can apply for how many PNP program while opening profile in Express Entry? Okay, now learning tube, I do not know. Maybe this is your channel or your name. I do not know. So a candidate can apply as many PNP as you want, but finally, even if you receive more than one ITA from different PNPs, but you'll be able to go ahead with only one ITA, not different or multiples. Okay, like I can give you even my personal experience. So when I was applying for myself in 2015, okay, so that was the year I was trying for my immigration process. So I received ITA from two different one. I came here under SINP, but I have also received the PNP from Nova Scotia NSNP. So, okay, under category B. That time it was very popular. Anyway, so but finally I move ahead with the SINP one, so you can do so. Again, in short, you can participate in as many PNP as you want. Now, come back to SINP again. So in SINP, I think majority of you, where the is you do not consider total scenario. Okay, like for SINP, mostly there are three categories, or not categories actually. Sorry, it's a wrong word. Actually, there are three key factors they are considering. Number one, whether you are applying under SINP Express Entry or SINP OID. Now, like the last draw, it was only for the SINP OID. That means whoever of you were under SINP express entry program, you are automatically out of the draw, regardless what was your point. Like some of you were asking us, come on, my point was so and so, but still I haven't qualified. Yes, you did not qualify because you were not under SINP OID stream, rather you were under SINP express entry stream. Okay, so that is number one key factor. You have to understand and you have to choose which program you should go to. Okay, so that's number one key factor. Then number two key factor is the cutoff point. I believe which most of you are aware of, but what you are not aware of, and here is my personal request, and my heartiest request, whoever is watching our live right now or will be going through this live later, please share with your friends and be careful of this point very, very carefully. If you go to SINP website, they have clearly mentioned if you have only 60.60 out of 110 points, you are qualified and you are eligible to apply the expression of interest. Yes. That means if you have just 60 points out of total 110, you can apply. Now, many of you, especially who all are going to some agents, okay, I'm sorry to say, I'm not saying your agents are misleading you, but some of your agents, they are hiding the truth. Again, that is kind of misleading. Why? If you go to the result window where they are publishing their results almost every bi-weekly, I would say, almost without some little exceptions sometimes. So mostly what your agent is not showing you, like if you analyze the draws, you will see the minimum cutoff points are roughly in the boundary of 7-0, especially if it is under SINP express entry program and also to some extent for SINP OID. Mostly in the boundary of 7-0 or more. In very rare cases, I would say at least in last 1.5 years, in very rare cases, it was 68, 69. That means just having that 60 point is qualifying you to apply, but is not going to make you qualified to get the ITA. Means either you should increase your points by some other means. I mean, you should try for better IELTS, you should try for better job experience, you should try for better education. And if you cannot just increase your point from 60 or 61 to whatever it is, I believe you should try for other PNPs, not that you just keep trying on SINP for unlimited time. Okay, so please be very, very careful about this particular point, that 60 is enough to apply, but 60 is not enough to get ITA. Please make this point very clear. Okay, now the third main key factor is NOC. Okay, many of you are asking us, come on, I have 78 points. The cutoff was only for 70. Still, I didn't qualify. Why? So this is why. Because the NOC code you have selected for you was not in the list, was not in the draw list, I would say. That's why you did not qualify. So please make sure you select your NOC very, very wisely, okay? Because you cannot just select any NOC which is not coming in the trend forever. Or again, you cannot just misrepresent your profile, because if you misrepresent your profile, please go to our channel. We have shared many videos on wrong NOC selection. That means if you select the NOC wrong, chances are not only high, I would say almost close to 100% that you will be rejected. Okay, so please make sure that you are doing it correctly. And meanwhile, if any of you are having understanding problem regarding the NOC selection or the PNP selection, definitely you can always go back to our blog, our website, Onion Layers. There .ca, where if you want, you can take some professional help from us one-to-one. Okay, so moving forward, there is Manitoba PNP. Okay, interestingly enough, for Manitoba, most of the LLS they are issuing based on Manitoba students or Manitoba workers. Okay, just in 23, there are only 23 LAS were issued based on express entry pools. And if you just go with little bit of deep study, you will see if you do not have a first blood relative, chances are almost zero, I would say, to get these calls. Okay, there are some questions I can't see. I will try to just for now. I'm just with the flow a little bit, but I will try to cover in the later of this section. Now, for the Manitoba, again, there are some misleading or misrepresentation I see. Many of you are coming back to us either to the comment or even our personal inbox in the messenger. Okay, sir, can you please give us a friend connection from Manitoba? That is how you are approaching us. So, see, this is not something somebody can be your just friend. You must be a true friend. Okay, and there are some criteria how you can prove your friendship. Now, let's, for the sake of argument, you could manage a true friend out of Manitoba. Now, again, you can go back to Manitoba website or you can go back to our YouTube channel. We try to explain whether a friend can really be helpful or not. The answer is, though it looks like a little bit gray, but I will try to give you a very straight answer that with the friend, that 50 points, probably you will not be able to qualify for this LAA. Okay, that's why if you do not have a first blood relative in Manitoba, better not to look for that option. Rather, my personal suggestion will be try for higher studies in Manitoba. Come to Manitoba as a international student, so you can get the point for study over Manitoba. Then, once you have studied in Manitoba, done 2 years of study or 1 year, not 1 year, I would definitely recommend to go for two academic year study. Then once the study is done, get your postgraduate work permit. Then definitely you can claim point for Manitoba work experience as well. Then very easily you can be qualified for this Manitoba ITS or Manitoba LAS. So see, here my main message is, do not try to find out any easy and shortcut solution for Canada immigration. It does not really exist. It does not really exist. Okay, so you should not be okay. Now let me take some questions. Okay, so Kiran Deep, my NOC is 1221, and I have my sister in Saskatchewan. My points are 76. Can I get peer under SINP? Now, again, I have explained some criterias. Okay, so I do not know whether you have applied under SINP Express Entry or SINP OID. The draws are happening like that, and also the 1221. If I'm not wrong, this is probably at the moment not coming in the draws. I would say at least for last 2 or 3 draws, I believe this NOC is not coming up. Okay, so regardless, your point is 76, regardless whether you are under SINP OID or SINP Express Entry. If 1221 is not in the list, so you can expect not qualifying. Okay, so it sounds a little bit of negative, but again, this is awareness to you, so you must analyze the trend. And again, as I said, if you need any professional help from us, you can come back to us and we'll try our level best to go ahead with this. And Idoko Emmanuel, you have said, I got a raise and my data analyst, so I went to my GC profile to change my NOC and immoderately came back as not eligible. Okay, Idoko, I do not know what are the, what is the reason. I will try to understand reason that does it mean you change job? It can be only reason that there are other reasons there. You can go to our YouTube channel, and I have explained in one video where is showing what are the reasons could make you ineligible. So you can go there. Okay, so that could be a very good idea. Or maybe later you can comment, or you can come back to us. We'll try to find out why it is showing not eligible. Okay, Kirandeep, your another question is again, please provide some information about the proof of funds. Okay, we have tons of video on that, but again, I will just give you some little highlights again here. So number one, Kiran, to have this proof of funds solid, you have to have for SINP, you have to have this that is fixed for at least 90 days before you apply for expression of interest, EOI. Before you submit to EOI, that has to be frozen for at least 90 days. And who can be the owner of this proof of fund? If you are married, then only you and your spouse, nobody else. Nobody can have the sponsorship for you. Okay, it's not like a study visa where maybe your parents, your some other first blood relative can be your sponsor. So in immigration, no matter it's SINP or any other program, it has to be either you or your spouse if you're married. Okay, then it has to be absolutely liquid money. So what do you mean by liquid money? It means maybe you have kept that money in a bank, or maybe in a national bond issued by your government. Okay, but it must not be invested through any property or any other thing. For example, maybe you have so many land properties, you have buildings, you have many cars, you have golds, you have invested in share market. So those forms are not at all accepted, because those amounts are volatile. Those, say for example, you have land which worth 100 crores of Canadian dollars, but those are not fixed amount. That can go low, that can go high. So those are not fixed. So in a nutshell, that has to be a liquidate amount. That means a transferable amount. Whatever the money you have in your possession, the moment you wanna spend it, you can spend it right on that moment. So that's the idea of the proof of fund. Okay, then let me take some more questions. So Amelia, sir, I have applied in SINP in PNP. Can I apply for PNP Ontario? Obviously, Amelia, you are 100% free to do so. But again, as I was mentioning, even my personal experience I was sharing, you can go ahead with application to multiple PNPs, but if you receive multiple ITS, then finally you will be able to pick only one ITS. So for an example, you are moving ahead with SINP and Ontario both together, and you have received ITS from both, then you can proceed with either SINP or Ontario, not more than one at a time. Okay. Then for an example, you have applied for SINP, you have moved ahead with SINP, then your SINP ITA got declined or was rejected, then for sure you can move ahead with the next one. But we are applying only, not the ITA submission. When you apply for ITA submission, you can apply to as many PNP as you want. I hope I could make it clear. If okay, learning tube, if one can only speak in French, will one claim points in SNP? Yes, because in SNP there are two different points. Okay, one for first language, another for second language. So for an example, if you are a French speaker, for sure you can claim your points for the first language. That's it. That means in that case, French is your first language. So English comes second. Jasmeet Kaur, gold does not come in funds, right? No, Jasmeet. So that's what I just meant. If you have so many gold, so the easy way is sell those gold and convert it to money. That's the easy solution. There is no second solution. Okay, yes, Sir Arafat. Is there any possibilities of appearing progress bar in the profile in case of FSW? You predict very well. Thanks, Yasin. That's why I need to know your prediction. So I do not know actually really the progress bar, what you mean by the progress bar. But again, if it is something that you are expecting when the FSW is coming to happen, as I was mentioning my something at the later of this year, because right now the vaccination progress is very well, then the casualty rate is going down. So with all these things, I would say for sure IRCC will give a serious thought about it. And my personal guess will be maybe last of August or beginning of September, maybe on those time probably they may resume. But again, this is again just my personal assumption. There is no guidance from IRCC, so please do not take my words for granted. Okay. Okay, Amelia, thank you. Okay, now I got another question. Rahul, sorry, Rishu. So, I am applied SINP PNP. My score is 70. NOC is 1241. Again, Rahul, please go back to my live later, or when I'm done with the live. I've explained how and why you can expect and you cannot expect. But for you one particularly, let me give you a very good caution here, especially for the 1241. This NOC, I have a complete video only based on this 1241, because many of the applicants, they have abused, I am using this word abused. They have abused the NOC 1241. They are probably claiming themselves as administrative assistant. However, their education does not seem so. For an example, somebody is coming from totally IT background, somebody is coming from totally pharmacy background, or in so many other backgrounds, but they never ever in their life have studied something related to administration. So for sure 1241 is not your NOC. So please make sure, Rishu and whoever is watching our live, do not just select any NOC without matching your educational profile or matching your work experience profile. Okay, so please be careful with that. And Rishu, good luck to you if you are selecting the NOC properly. But again, a caution to you, 1241, this NOC is not been seen in last 2 to 3 draws, if I'm not mistaken. But again, please cross check yourself, go to the SINP website and check the result. I don't think I have seen this NOC in last 2 to 3 draws, but it was a very frequent NOC before. And if again, if I'm not wrong, and this is my personal opinion, once you see any NOC not coming for consecutively 2 to 3 draws, you can imagine probably that is little off the list for now. Okay, so please be wise while selecting the NOCs. But 70 point is outstanding score, I would say, for now. So if your NOC is correct, you should expect your ITA anytime soon. So good luck. Okay. uh Jasmeet, there is again a question from you. Secondary applicants, second language points will not be counted. I mean, points will not increase if my husband. Okay, Jasmeet, yes, you're right. In SINP, there is no point for language or work or education from the spouse. The only thing a spouse can contribute in SINP points is if the spouse has a close connection in Saskatchewan. That's it. So no matter what is your language, like for the secondary applicant, I'm saying the spouse, no matter what is the language, what is the work, what is the education, that is not going to help, unfortunately. Okay. It's not like the express entry where, like in CRS score, out of total 1200, there is 40 point only for the spouse. But in SINP, unfortunately, there is nothing. Okay. I believe our time is already over. Like I was scheduled for 30 minutes, and it's 10:33 of my time. But again, I would be happy. I would be happy even one applicant or even one member or even one subscriber out of this whole channel or our Facebook group is being benefited from this life. Okay, because there are so many misconceptions, when you are thinking about the Canada immigration process, because many of you guys are just taking it so easily, and many of you are just taking it so like complex. It's either you are taking too complex or too easy, so which is not true. You should take it realistically and practically. Okay, now, Vishal Desai, you are saying 66 point. Again, sorry to say, Vishal, I would say chances of the 66 will be very less likely. And to be honest and to be straightforward, 66 will be a miracle. Okay, and yes, if you just notice the draw that happened just before the 15th June, there was only 65. So if you're coming from there, and if you're just hoping, okay, if 65 could be there, why not 66? Again, please be noted that those draw were for only very specific categories NOCs, and I would say most of the NOCs are of the regulated ones. So please be careful about selecting your NOC, and again, selecting of your PNP programs as well. Do not just stick to SINP. If there is any other option, please go for that. Now, I'm just going to wrap up this live for now. Before I wrap up, I want to share my screen one more time, and I want to just share you something cool that we are doing. So in case if you want, you can just take help from this. So this is our website. So if any of you need any professional help, you can just go to our website, onionlayers.ca, then a book appointment and just take our one-to-one help if you need. But the very important thing, before taking our appointment or taking any of the professional service, you must go to our disclaimer section and check out what we have written here, so that you don't misunderstand us. Like personally, me, I am not a regulated consultant, but whoever is needing any legal advice, we are partnered with Singha Law Professional Corporation. So Barrister Jayanto Singha, he is a barrister, solicitor, and an immigration lawyer who will be providing us the legal advices in case if you need any legal advice. So please make sure you are not misunderstanding us and you go to disclaimer before you take any of our services. And last not but the least, I want to show you the way we have just shared the PNP draws and PNP updates today. So you can also go to our website, and you can just go to scroll down to our homepage. You can see latest 5 news. So if you want, you can just submit your email and subscribe. It's 100% free for sure. Then you can get the updates regularly in your email if you want. Okay, if you want. So whatever I was discussing today, we also share all those news in short here, so that you don't have to just go to all the immigration websites or all the PNP websites to get the updates. If you want, you can just share your email here and subscribe. So that's a very short and easy way to go ahead with. And with that, I would say I'm going to end now. Stay tuned, and I would say stay well, stay safe. Okay. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye-bye.